The overhead cast is the most used cast as it's very effective at getting line out onto the water, particularly to gain distance. This video will cover the basic overhead cast, while the next video will cover false casting and shooting line, which helps get more distance. Body position is important. Stand comfortably with one foot slightly in front of the other, facing the water. Place your thumb on top of the rod handle, facing the rod tip, and wrap your palm around it, holding firmly but gently. Tuck the free line from the reel underneath the first finger of your rod hand. The rod tip should be positioned at the start point, just above the surface of the water. When casting, we often refer to a clock face. Directly above you is 12 o'clock, below is 6 o'clock, in front is 9 o'clock, and behind is 3 o'clock. To begin with, keep the rod tip just above the water surface. This is your starting point. From there, lift the rod smoothly using your arm and with sufficient energy and speed to peel the line from the water. Try to keep your elbow pointing down at the ground. The rod tip should come to a stop at 1 o'clock. The fly line will follow the rod tip. Your forearm is doing the work here, lifting the rod from the water surface to the sky with minimal wrist movement, while your elbow is comfortably tucked into your body. When you get to the 1 o'clock position at the end of the back cast, briefly pause before starting the forward cast. This enables the fly line to unfurl behind you in preparation for the forward cast. Then in one smooth motion, start the forward cast with a smooth, steady acceleration to a crisp stop at the 10 o'clock position, before lowering the rod, stopping just above the water surface. The fly line will follow the rod tip and, if done correctly, the line will unfurl above the surface and land on the water, gently, smoothly and relatively straight. It's important to use more forearm movement when performing the overhead cast and less wrist. Your forearm has much more strength and too much wrist movement can lead to many casting faults. Start an overhead cast with roughly the same length of fly line out on the water as the length of the rod. When done correctly, you'll feel the rod doing the work for you because it's designed to work with the fly line. It flexes and recovers. By pausing at 1 o'clock and then again at 10 o'clock, you're allowing the line to straighten out both behind you and then again in front of you, which leads to good rod load and generates line speed that can be used to shoot the line. Stopping your rod any later than 1 o'clock on the back cast results in the fly line landing on the ground behind you and the fly will get stuck. If you're struggling as a beginner, aim for 12 o'clock. Then even if you drop the rod back slightly beyond that, you shouldn't get stuck on the ground behind. Adversely, stopping the rod too early and not allowing for the line to unfurl fully behind you or casting forward too quickly will stop the rod from loading correctly. This will lead to poor rod load and in turn poor presentation and a cast that isn't straight or lands in a heap. Improving your casting takes practice and time. The more you practice, the better you'll get. One day it will all come so naturally that you won't even have to really think about it. Learning to cast is frustrating at first, but keep trying and you will get better.